Hi and welcome to the Book Lab. I'm Björn and I'm here to bring you the most exciting releases of September 2023 for anyone who's interested in human nature and human potential. And September is going to be an absolutely massive month, so let's just dive right into it. First out we have The Scarcity Brain by Michael Eastern. Why am I excited about this book? Well, his previous book, The Comfort Crisis, was on my top 3 list a few years ago. It's one of my favorite books actually. The Comfort Crisis: Embrace Discomfort and Reclaim Your Wild, Happy, Healthy Self. This book really made an impact on me, and you can check out the review if you want to know more. But he's coming up with his next book. Michael Eastern, the author of The Comfort Crisis, is one of the world's leading experts on behavioral change, and he shows that the problem isn't you. The problem is your scarcity mindset, left over from our ancient ancestors. They had to constantly seek and consume to survive because vital survival tools such as food, material goods, information, and power were scarce and hard to find. But with our modern ability to easily fulfill our ancient desire for more, our hardwired scarcity brain is now backfiring. And new technology and institutions, from dating to entertainment apps to our food to our economic system, are exploiting our scarcity brain. I was not sold about this description of the book. It feels like the topic and focus is a bit more vague than The Comfort Crisis, but I'm willing to give it a shot because this book, I really loved it, and I know many other people did. And now, probably the biggest book that is releasing this month. It's from the author Walter Isaacson. He's a famous biographer, my favorite biographer actually. He has written about a lot of people that make great innovations, like Einstein on the physics front, Benjamin Franklin, who was just a polymath and did all kinds of things, and Steve Jobs on the tech side. Steve Jobs is probably one of my favorite biographies of all time, and he's coming up with a new book called Elon Musk. He has been following this guy for 2 years, and I got a quote here from Fox Business saying that the only problem that Walter Isaacson had with writing this book was, quote, "The problem for Walter is that Elon keeps making the news." So of course Elon's legacy is an ongoing thing, and I'm really excited to dive into this. I've read another biography by Ashley, and I don't remember her last name, but that was like 6 years ago, and a lot have happened since then. I think it ended when he started SpaceX or something like that. About the book. From the author of Steve Jobs and other best-selling biographies, this is the astonishing, intimate story of the most fascinating and controversial innovator of our era, a rule-breaking visionary who helped to lead the world into an era of electronic vehicles, private space exploration, and artificial intelligence. Oh, and took over Twitter, now X. I think this is the most anticipated book this year for me. Let me know what you think about Walter Isaacson's biographies in the comments. I haven't read all of them. I really want to read Da Vinci, for instance. But let's continue through the list. Another one. This is by an unknown author, but I feel like this topic is quite interesting. It's about perfection. The Perfectionist Trap: Embracing the Power of Good Enough by Thomas Curran. The book explores how the pursuit of perfection can become a dangerous obsession that leads to burnout and depression, keeping us from achieving our goals. Perfectionism is definitely a trap. This is something that I've been working on myself because I have had perfectionist tendencies that from now and then they creep up again. But I also noticed that being able to deal with perfectionism and allow things to be good enough using the 80-20 principle. Using the 80-20 principle, you should check out my review of this book. This is a helpful tool for any perfectionist or for decision making in general. But battling my perfectionism has been just like pure gold, because it allows me to do so much more when I don't have to make everything perfect. Instead, I try to iterate. And I have people in my surroundings that also struggle with perfectionism, and I hope reading this book could actually help me help them better. So that perfectionism is a topic that is very close to my heart. That's why I wanted to bring this book up, because it sounds like a really helpful read. And I said September is going to be a massive month, and here's another one that I'm really excited about. Maybe you saw my review of Scary Smart. I try to read at least one book on AI each year. Now I actually complement that with weekly updates on the AI front, because I think AI technology is massively going to change everything, how we do stuff, how we work, as our whole social structure, everything is going to change, and it's going to go really, really fast. And there's a book coming out this month on September 5th by Mustafa Suleyman. I probably butchered the last name. The Coming Wave, Technology, Power, and the 21st Century's Greatest Dilemma. An urgent warning of the unpredicted risks that AI and other fast-developing technologies pose to the global order, and how we might contain them while we have a chance, from the co-founder and the pioneering artificial intelligence company DeepMind. And it has some really serious names on the cover quotes for this one. We have from Yuval Noah Harari, the author of Sapiens, a fascinating, well-written and important book. That's what he says. And Daniel Kahneman, the Nobel Prize winner in economics, says an essential reading. And Bill Gates, you know who that guy is, an excellent guide for navigating unprecedented times. I'm actually going to get this book from the publisher, so I usually turn down offers like that because, yeah, for several reasons, but this book just struck right into my core interests, so hopefully I can share more about this book very soon. Before we're going into the last book, I just wanted to say that if you want these updates and want to keep up with what are the best non-fiction books that money can buy for the coming month, then you should like this video and subscribe, because every month I will do these breakdowns, and hopefully the videos will just get better and better. This is my second attempt. I find it really fun to stay up to date with reading, because usually I read older books, time-tested books, but it's also interesting that there's so many great new books coming out each month, and if you want to keep track on that, then continue to follow this channel. The last book that I wanted to share is Think Faster, Talk Smarter, from Blackstone Publisher. It's coming out on September 26th, and the author is the guy behind the Think Fast, Talk Smart podcast. Many of us dread having to convey our ideas to others, often feeling ill-equipped, anxious, and awkward. Public speaking experts help by focusing on planned communication experiences such as slide presentations, pitches, and formal tasks. Yet, most of our professional and personal communication occurs in spontaneous situations that creep up on us and all too often leave us flustered and stumbling for words. How can we rise to the occasion and shine when we are put on the spot? Public speaking is a subject that is very dear to me. I would never have thought of myself speaking like this in front of the camera, for instance, because I've had quite bad stage fright. But I went to something called Toastmasters back in the day, and that was probably the best invested time and money ever, because you can overcome it, and it's by practicing it. So I really felt like I could use another book on public speaking and maybe sharpen my skills a little bit and use them here on the channel. In Thinking Faster, Talking Smarter, Stanford lecturer, podcast host, and communication expert Matt Abrahams provides tangible, actionable skills to help even the most anxious of speakers to succeed when speaking spontaneously. So that's the list for this month. I'm back with regular book reviews every week, and I will do another one of this for October, which is also actually a jam-packed book month. So I'm looking forward to sharing that. Let me know in the comments which one of these books you would like to read, because I'd love to just talk about the exciting upcoming releases. Until next month or next week, Björn out. Happy reading.